What's going on, guys? My name is Ted, and today I'm bringing another demolition gameplay on the map Launch. This is Black Ops gameplay, and Black Ops 2 is on the way. It's all but confirmed right now. There's a lot of evidence leading toward it. I'll get into that in a different video, but generally speaking, it's almost guaranteed Black Ops 2 is going to be the next Call of Duty. I'm not jumping the gun here. I have looked into it quite a bit, and there's been a lot of Amazon listings for Black Ops 2 that have been instantly removed. There's been a lot of the website domains been bought by Activision. The blackops2.com was bought by Activision. Things like this are really pointing toward Black Ops 2 being the next Call of Duty, and it only makes sense in my mind because obviously Black Ops was quite a big success. Why wouldn't they make another Black Ops 2? It just follows the line of like Modern Warfare was such a success. They made Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. It only makes sense in my mind they're going to continue with the Black Ops series. But that aside, the things that I'm talking about in this video doesn't have to be pertinent to Black Ops 2. It could be for any Call of Duty coming up. There's a lot of things that I want to see in Black Ops and Black Ops 2, and there's a lot of things that I don't want to see. And let's get started with things that I really don't want to see. That's going to be in this gameplay. Things that I want to see are going to be in the next gameplay. It's going to be the second part of this demolition gameplay. And this gameplay in the background is about 100-something kills on the map Launch, and I had only a few deaths, so it was pretty good gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get into the guts of it. What I don't want to see return. The first and most important thing that I don't want to see return is Ghost Pro. Here's the way that I want to balance the stealth perks. Let's get into the very beginning. Let's get into the problems with the stealth perks. In the previous Call of Duties, Call of Duty 4, 5, and 6, the stopping power was always in the same category as the stealth perk, like UAV, Jammer, Cold-Blooded. Those were always tier 2 perks, and the problem was with that is to take those stealth perks, take those UAV, Jammer, and Cold-Blooded perks, you'd have to give up stopping power. And stopping power was kind of like the most important perk. It was your number one go-to perk. Everyone used it because it was the best perk in the game, at least by my opinions. And more times than not, it was the best perk in the game. Well, that was a counter to Cold-Blooded. Because you had stopping power in the game, no one ever used Cold-Blooded, or very rarely, because when you had Cold-Blooded, you were always at a severe disadvantage in any gunfight. Well, with Call of Duty Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3, they completely removed the stopping power aspect of the game and built in stopping power to the guns, making the stealth perks, which were initially the second best option, now by far the best option in the game, so everyone decided to turn to those stealth perks, making them quite overpowered and quite often used, and very frustrating to me. I really hated going against a Ghost player because they always had the advantage on me. It honestly turned kill streaks against the people that used them. When I had a UAV up, in previous Call of Duty, it was a huge benefit because I knew where the other enemies were. Well, nowadays in Black Ops and NW2, it almost hurts you because when they've got some people having on Assassin, or in Black Ops it was Ghost, with that many people having on those stealth perks, you weren't expecting them in certain places, and when they were there, they completely threw you off guard. And here I get off on theater mode. I'm sorry about that. I accidentally switched to a different player. I get back here in a second, though. I switch back. There you go. Sorry about that. But anyways, the stealth perks were just so dominant and so overpowered, and they also moved a lot of powerful effects into one perk. They made Ghost so that all your UAV, counter UAV, sentry gun, thermal vision, portal radar, everything was just all guarded by this one all powerful perk, which almost everyone in the game seemed to use, especially in team deathmatch. It was like a 50% chance someone's gonna have Ghost on. I don't want to see that return. The way I want to see this fixed is by having the perks be ordered. So each perk, perk 1, perk 2, perk 3, I want them to have categories. Back in Call of Duty 4 and Call of Duty 5, your tier 1 perk was always your ammunition perk or your explosive perk. You'd get Bandolier, you'd get C4s, things like that. And then your second perk was your gun perk. You had stopping power, sleight of hand, things like that. Your tier 3 perk was an attribute to your character. Dead silence, steady aim, things like that. They were categorized, and I really enjoyed that. But then you moved to Modern Warfare 2, where it basically just made the perks any random perks that, and it also led to perk combinations like Marathon Lightweight Commando, obviously One-Man Army, Danger Close Grenade Launchers, things like that. It became combinational perks, and they were really overpowered. What I want to see return is categorized perks. I want it to be so your tier 1 perk is maybe a stealth perk. So you've got Blind Eye, Assassin, and Dead Silence all in the same category. That way you can't have all three of them. Instead you have to choose. Do you want to be immune to UAVs? Do you want to be immune to air support? Or do you want to be immune to having your footsteps being heard? Things like that would really balance out the stealth perks a lot more. And it wouldn't be so frustrating because if you've got a guy immune to your UAVs, well, the second you bring out an attack helicopter, he's no longer going to be able to counter those attack helicopters. He can only choose one or the other. I really want that to return, and I want that to be initiated into Call of Duty. The next thing I didn't like was Final Stand. Ever since Call of Duty 4, Last Stand or Final Stand or some variation thereof has been in the Call of Duty, and they keep saying, oh, we're going to get rid of it, we're not going to bring it back, and they always do. And it's not the game developer's fault. It's generally the creative strategist's fault. They always put it back in the game for whatever reason. Basically, there's always one guy let's go with JD 2020 or Robert Bowling over in Infinity Ward. They're the main guys that have to think, what should we put in this game? And Robert Bowling did not like, he's the creative strategist over in Infinity Ward. He didn't like Final Stand, but the community said, or the community manager said, you know what, we need to put this back in the game as a death streak, and so they had to bring it back. It wasn't just his decision; it was the whole of Infinity Ward's decision to bring back Last Stand or Final Stand. And I really don't like that. I wish that they would just completely get rid of it. There's no situation in real life where you're going to be able to, take lethal damage and just fall on your ass and keep spraying with your pistol. Not going to happen. Or with your primary gun in MW3. It's just silly, and I don't understand why they keep bringing it back inside the game. Those are my main two problems with Black Ops, and I don't want to see them return to Black Ops 2. I'm going to come up with the next version of the end of this gameplay where I'm going to do Black Ops 2 and what I want to see. What I want to see them improve on, what I want to see make a return in the game, and how I want the functionality of the game to be. I'm going to go more in depth on that and my thoughts in the next video on this. Stay tuned for that. I'll probably post it tomorrow at the end of this gameplay. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. Once again, it's a launch gameplay. I think I go a little over 100 kills and 8 deaths. I'm not sure the final score, though. I just know it's a little over 100 kills. Anyways, I'll catch you on the next part of the gameplay. There'll be an annotation on the screen if it's posted. If not, just wait another day and go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post high-quality content every single day. Also, if you enjoyed this video, as always, make sure to click that like button. It helps me a lot. And other guys, have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.